Good afternoon, guys. Laura here from Hedgehog's Homestead. Today we are going to whip up some sweet Hawaiian rolls. This is the first time I'm doing this, so adventure along with me and we will get it done. I've already measured everything out, so this should go pretty quick, except for the rise and fall of everything. You know, bread has to rise. This one recipe in particular is rising twice. The reason why I am making sweet Hawaiian rolls is because, one, I want to learn how to make them. Two, we have a bunch of pulled pork, which my husband showed a recipe of some amazing pulled pork. I'll leave that in the description below because this is amazing to pair with that pulled pork. And so let's give it a try here. So first we're going to put in 3½ cups of flour. So I'm going to scoop up. And this is, as you can, oh, you can't see very well. This is organic, all-purpose, unbleached flour. I like to use unbleached flour for bread because it seems to work better. So there's 1 cup. 2 cups. 3 cups and a half. Or if you like to do things by grams, guys, this would be 4.35 in grams. Okay, so we'll put our flour aside. And to that, we're going to add the rest of our dry ingredients. Now I'm going to do it just like I saw it. We are going to add our yeast. It's 2 teaspoons of yeast. Put those in there. And 1/4 of a cup of butter. Put that in there. And then on the other side of my yeast, I'm going to put the salt, okay? And then we're just going to bring our blender up. Just mix that up a minute. Get all those ingredients together. Put all that stuff together. Okay. And next we are going to add our wet ingredients. So we're going to add 1 whole beautiful egg from my chickens. Nice yellow yolk there. A tablespoon of vanilla. I'm just going to eyeball that one, guys. 1 cup of pineapple juice. I'll leave just a tiny bit out because I poured it a little bit on the heavy side. There we go. Now I'm going to go in here with my fork and just break that yolk. Okay. We're going to start mixing that together. You want to mix it on a level of 2. I'm getting a little spatula out so I can push. Turn that off a minute and put flour down in there so it all mixes together. Okay. so I get all that flour off the edge there. Now this is going to be a little bit of a runny dough. The consistency is a little bit of a wet dough. And once it comes together really nice, we're going to go ahead and add 1/4 of a cup of butter right inside there. Now this is exactly how this dough is supposed to look, nice and sticky. Okay, now I'm going to turn that up at 2 and just let it all come together. Now if it doesn't start to form a ball, I'll add just a little bit more flour. This smells amazing, guys, just as a batter, or not a batter. Just a little bit at a time. I think just a little bit more. A little bit more. I'm adding about 1.5 tablespoons at a time. Okay, now we're just going to let it knead for a little while, for about 4 minutes. Just want to kind of get this into a round, and it is sticky. It's going to be sticky, so you do want your counter generously with a good amount of flour on it. And I'm just going to make this into a nice round ball, like so. And I'm just going to put a little olive oil in that bowl. Put a little olive oil on the top of this, rub it around, and put it in here. Now I'm going to put it in my bread proofing setting in my oven, and it should rise in about 2 hours. I'm going to put a little saran wrap on this. A little bit of saran wrap. Put it over top. Guys, we'll see you back in about an hour or two. Okay, so we have it in our rectangle shape. Now I'm going to cut it down the middle with my bench scraper. That's what this is. And then cut it in half. So I've got a little dog hair in there. I'm not making this for anybody else. Astro and his dog hair. And then we're going to cut those in half again, and then in half again. I hope I'm doing this right. Trying to make it into 16 pieces, so that's 8 right there. Okay. So that's 16. Okay, and so now we're going to take our dough, whoops, and it's sticking on itself, and we're just going to stretch it under like so and pinch it on the bottom just to secure it, and then we're going to put it back in its spot. And do the same thing with this, kind of build the tension on the top, and then pinch it on the bottom, like so. And there you go. All 16 pieces. You might have to come back with the bench scraper because they're still trying to rise. Kind of turn it under itself and then pinch it on the bottom. Turn it under itself, pinch it on the bottom. Just kind of turning it and pushing it up, pinch. Here we go. And do it all over again. But next time we're going to put it in a pan and do its last rise in a pan. So you can see how sticky it is. That's normal, guys, so don't worry about that, okay? So we're just going to put some saran wrap over this and let this rise one more time. before we put it in our pan. Okay. Hi guys, so there's a couple things missing in this video, and that's what happens when you have family around. Sometimes you forget to hit the play button or the record button. And what happened is these go fries. You put them, you flatten them down again, you form them back into the little dough balls, and then you put them in a pan. That's going to be a 9x9 or a 9x11 pan. I chose a 9x11 pan because I wanted a little bigger rolls. So that worked out good. Now, after they have risen the third time, because that would be number 3 in the pan, you are going to put 1 egg mixed with 2 tablespoons of milk and brush that on the top before you cook it at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. Now our oven is at 350, so we're going to go ahead and put this in. For 20 to 25 minutes. It has risen more even. So we'll put that in there. And we'll put a timer on for 20 to 25 minutes. And at the end, you're going to brush on butter. So you're going to just get a normal brush, pastry brush or whatever, and brush on some butter on the top, and that will give it that beautiful coloring that you see at the end of this video. Is it nice and soft?
Indeed. Looks wonderful. I'm sure it tastes even better. Make sure I get enough butter on here.
There's butter on the top too.
Mmm.
Yeah. Oh. Sonny, you want to try one?
Yeah.
Come here.
She's a good taster. A good camera person's got a camera.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Like break it open slowly so I can see how soft it looks.
Mmm. Is that good?
That's nice. Thank you. Now tell me how it compares to the real thing.
Better than the real thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I say 10 out of 10 too much, so this is 9.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Really good.
Good.